Are you introing, Ellie? Since it's been so long.
it's been a while, so I mean, we can do like a warm-up exercise, guys. Get back into our characters.
One way.
I was gonna, yeah, all right. Do that instead.
Can everyone just arms out? Let's
everyone shake it out. Everyone shake it out.
Shake it out.
And I need one word from all of you in your characters' voices, so you don't forget what you're doing.
One word from all of us in our characters' voices that you have to use in the intro. It's like freestyle rapping for intros.
Yeah, so everyone's going to do it. I'm going to say your name. You got to say one word to start the intro welcome, okay? So, got it?
There's so much pressure. There's so many words.
Yeah, we'll start with nice and easy. Freya.
Fuck.
Good. Lily.
Scheiße.
This is a great welcome. Anne. Didn't hear anything. Probably even better. Jackie.
Bollocks.
Again, I was hoping for a welcome. Jen.
Food.
Perfect. Welcome to Neverwinter, session 14 on Die 20. That's what I was hoping they would say. Anyway.
Did I understand the assignment?
We misunderstood the assignment.
No, all of you failed spectacularly.
I said food, I didn't swear. Food's welcome.
None of you did it in voice. So.
Food.
I did.
Okay. I thought you said boob.
Food.
I thought you just went, boob.
Scheisse, bollocks, boob.
I did panic though, because there were just so many words to choose from.
Why are you doing panic?
How did everybody know about outlines?
So I'm glad everyone warmed up. Let's get on.
We're ready. Right, who wants to... All the information was not there. Who would like to recap all that time ago? All those many months ago we played.
Shit went down.
Yeah, shit went down. I believe my exact note for the session before that was, this is going to be a fucking disaster.
Glowy wolf.
Partially disastrous, yeah. So
maybe you did.
Well, we did our fight, didn't we?
So yes,
so
you were dealing with the fallout of your fight with the person you still only know as Silk from the Veil's Grasp, who set on some weird explodey wolf that was recognised by Magda and Indara as being.
Oh yeah, that's Silky motherfucker.
Yeah, but not the same as the wolves you faced previously when you encountered Malathor at the start of the campaign. You returned without words. You returned. Magda stole a wolf pelt, which I don't know what she's going to do with it, but it's massive. Make a lovely.
I lay down on it to start with.
Mm-hmm. You did. The other three went to the Moonstone Mask and had, I would say, a relatively successful conversation.
Surprisingly unviolent, yeah.
With Dottore, so it didn't turn violent. You're not entirely sure if you're allowed back. And you also did lay out the fact that you were going to kill her sister rather than just gather information. You went in and went, fuck it, we're just going to tell you everything.
Yep. We did say that we didn't want to, but we want to get everything information out there. Lysira
has promised to find Dottore, speak to her, but has made you no promises what will come after that. And I think she made it very clear that Dottore may not take too kindly to it. So you'll wait and see for that one. Meanwhile, no, that was everything. You went back to the Fallen Tower. Just a quick recap for things going forward. You're having 2 weeks downtime whilst L'Homme Nouvelle sets up the games for you, which was your next course of action, I believe. You have still yet to fill out your forms and pick a team name for the games.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I thought we did in the end.
No, you threw like 14 around and then you all went, I don't know. And we carried on.
Oh, we actually had to do something. I believe that was the case. We had to go somewhere.
Yeah.
We'll get back.
Did
We'll
quite
table
did
this.
quite like Neverblades. I did like the Neverblades.
I mean, it's looking highly likely that's what it's going to end up being.
Yeah.
But you basically, you have until the end of this session to figure it out.
Yeah, we got 2 weeks. Sure.
You do still have, I'm just going to do like a brief recap of everything. So you've got all knowledge going into your 2 weeks downtime. You never did return to Corvin at any point. You still have the stone from Crag.
Not Crag.
And
Not
it was
Crag.
Crag.
It
No.
wasn't Crag. Because Crag's
I've introduced too many NPCs.
Han.
I mean, it'd be nice if it was
Crag.
Crag, because that would be so
Yeah.
nostalgic right now.
Yeah, no, do you imagine? Never say never.
He was an orc too, right?
No,
Half orc, yeah.
never.
Yeah.
It's Crag.
So you still
Turn
have
around
that
and
stone.
Grom's
Grom's dead.
there.
You still have that stone. You still never did go and see Corvin, who is still awaiting for you to bring his package back to him.
Don't do it me
It's
in
probably-
prison, so we're good.
Yeah.
We weren't there, so never
We weren't
mind.
there. No one's mentioned that part.
I mean, it's nice that you think that an information broker wouldn't know everything about this group.
We don't have no idea. Plain ignorance.
Shut up, Damo.
Oh, he's an information broker.
I
think
thought
we
I
knew
made
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we did know that. Yeah.
I think we worked that out, yeah.
Ah, I see.
Ah, something we already knew.
Ah,
Ah.
you have slipped up, my friend.
It's that meme in it where it's like, he did the thing.
Oh, yeah,
I think that's it, unless anybody wants to remind me of something I may have forgotten. Luna, you
I
are
need to get my
currently
book.
awaiting for the House of Knowledge
Yes.
to come back to you. So it will take around 5 days.
Yep.
And it's a gold per day. I think you pretty much paid that anyway.
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
you gave him like 4.
I'm getting 4, 5, something like
Yeah.
that, but I was going to give more anyway.
He's currently researching. What was he researching? Do you remember?
Yes. Information on the blood tide.
Oh, yes.
Indara.
Odds and sods about blood magic.
Blood shit.
No, that's
Spooky
bad.
blood
That's a
shit.
doctor. That's a request from the doctor.
So what we're going to do is go through, I think, either if you're going in little groups or you're going like solo to do your things, and then we'll just go through one by one. And obviously, at the end of the last session, Rin
Yarp.
departed briefly to Go and
Find myself.
go and find himself after all the godly turmoil and lack of powers and sputtering faith. I'm going to sort out with James what Jack has been doing, and we'll update outside of game. Should be the easiest one, I think. You start your 2 weeks. You have a room at the Fallen Tower until Lomnival has set up the games and is ready for you to play. Let's start. I rolled a dice. Magda, what would you like to do with your downtime?
My 2 weeks. Well, firstly, I am going to make sure that I ask the stick how his day was every day.
So some days you get a response, and it's quite a nice response. Some days you get nothing.
Oh.
Well remembered.
Well, that's fine. And then I am going to also ask the House of Knowledge for help researching my family history and family legend.
Okay, so
I have sufficient gold, I've checked.
you have sufficient gold.
Have sufficient gold, yeah.
So it would be the same sort of setup. So 5 days, around 5 days for a topic.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about 1 gold per day just to pay
That's
for the
fine.
research. I think he explained last time to Luna that he's been doing bits and bobs for free because you're Rin's friends, but he's going to start charging now.
Okay. That's fine. Then I am going to go to the market and see if I can find someone who can make me some cool stuff with my direwolf hide.
So just before we move on to that,
Mhm.
when you say research within the House of Knowledge,
Yeah.
what are you asking him to research?
I'm specifically asking him to research my family legend. Changelings in the region. And also,
So that's 2 topics.
that's not really 2 topics.
And what do you mean by family legend?
The one that you know about.
Okay, but what part? If you want to send it to me privately, you don't want to give anything away to the group.
No.
He
So
doesn't know
that's
you,
what I was saying.
But the answer is not me.
Because so she will tell him the family legend as she knows it. What she wants to know is whether or not there's any truth of it. Are there records of changelings in the region, and or like some kind of event where people were saved
Okay.
by a changeling or by some great warrior or whatever, and what the origins of that might be. If it's 2 topics, I still got enough gold. So
It is. That will be 2 topics.
okay, so 2 weeks.
It's like Ancestry.com. You have to pay for everything.
Pay for login.
Yeah.
Pay to open a browser.
Then I want to go to the market and see if someone can make me some cool stuff that does not constitute armor. Just want to make that clear. But like things that I can use to accessorize, like maybe if I can get like a cool like sort of capey, like half cape situation going on, and maybe a coat
with your wolf pelt.
With my wolf pelt, which you told me there's enough to make a great coat, which is a big fucking coat.
Yeah, there's plenty of wolf pelt to do what you want. You actually have, and have been to probably the perfect shop for someone who could do this quite quickly for you.
Take Wraith with you.
Oh my god!
I'm gonna go to her.
You're gonna go to Fiora's.
Please take Wraith with you.
Take me with you.
I'm not going to do that.
I get the bargain.
She's not that stupid.
I'm not taking Wraith with me.
Okay, well, I just need to check one thing. Wraith, do you use suggestion, yeah?
There was suggestion.
There was suggestion, just double checking.
I don't think they'll know. If that helps. I think they'll know they've been suggested on.
But they don't know who by.
I think.
But I suppose if I did it more than once, it could go wrong.
You're also wearing the hat.
I don't
I'm not
have to
wearing
wear
the
it in
hat.
there.
I'm not taking Wraith. No.
Right, everyone flip it. Right, I'm going
No
to flip
matter
a
how
coin.
No, I want my wolf.
Jen,
my-
I'm going to flip
No.
a coin.
Well, you can flip as much as you like.
Heads you
No,
take
I'm
Wraith,
not
tails
taking
you go
Wraith.
by yourself.
I'm not taking Wraith.
Heads.
Oh,
The
dear
coin
God.
says otherwise.
The coin can fuck off. I'm not taking Wraith.
That's the coin that decided Tiva and
Eldritch
Death.
Blast.
Oh, I know. Oh, well.
Oh, wow.
It's tainted. It's a tainted
It's a
coin.
death coin.
We do not listen to
Yeah,
that.
hence why I'm not
What's
taking
in the
Wraith.
coin?
What?
Right.
Rafe is like a personal shopper. He's like, he knows
No,
what you need.
Wraith
But
would have
before
had
you even
personal
need,
shoppers.
No, yeah. Don't lie.
Yeah, Wraith would have personal shoppers.
Until you left, okay, to Neverwinter, you never once set foot in a fucking shop to buy anything for yourself.
Oh, he had. He was in all the boutiques.
We had.
How dare you take that back?
With your manservant, Florence.
Florence.
I don't know. His first name came in my head.
Florence the manservant. I like it.
That was his nanny, actually.
That was his nanny.
Would you like the hat, sir?
Fantastic.
The butler was called Manfred.
Manfred, of course he was, yeah.
I need to write this down.
He's not called Manfred. It was just called Fred, and it was a man. Ray got confused.
It wasn't posh enough.
His first name was Man, and his second name was Fred. Mr. Man. Fred.
So you head to the market. So I would expect, spend a few days doing your bits, Magda, going to the House of Knowledge, and then whilst you're waiting for sort of information back from Brother Anthus, you head to the market and you head to Fiora's Fabrics. You know exactly where it is, so it's not long until you find yourself outside the store. What are you doing?
I have taken my pelt with me, just got it slung over my shoulder. I'm gonna just walk in.
As you walk in, you see the shop is in full swing. There are people everywhere looking at fabrics. You can see Fiora behind her desk, and she's wearing this sort of bright orange and black, like Harlequin, almost ball gown style dress, and this huge, almost top hat with all these like little trinkets and stuff across the side of it. And she sees you walk in. She goes, "Hello.
Hello.
What can I do for you?"
I wondered what you could make me with this pelt.
Are you just...
Yeah.
Just over your shoulder, double good. She sort of like, she waves her hands and you watch like a load of fabric and stuff that's laid out on the desk in front of her, just all like rolls itself up and disappears, leaving the whole thing open. And so, put it down, come on. Let's have a look at it.
Okay. Yeah, like I slap it down on the table and just roll it out.
She starts to like run her fingers through it, and as she does, she's like, ooh, yes. And she flips it. Well, why do you need media? You seem to have tanned this and treated it lovely yourself. Surely you can make something from it.
I'm not very good at sewing like that. I can do bits and bobs.
An excellent tanner. What would you like done with it?
Well, I was thinking I'd quite like a half cape.
She you see her wave her hand again, and this like piece of paper and a quill appears and starts scribbling in the air next to her.
And then also, you see my my jacket and tails that I'm wearing. I'd quite like that, but in fur.
She looks at you like slightly puzzled for a second, and she goes, Yes, we can do that.
Is that a problem?
Oh no, but it is the middle of summer. It'd be awfully
oh yes,
hot.
I know, but I might go. Well, you never know. I might end up going somewhere cold. What would you recommend I do with it?
No, this is yours. I have no idea. Just because Damien doesn't know anything about clothes.
It's why you need Benny.
Make a muff out of it.
Nice pair of moccasins.
Gilet.
Gilet.
That's the way. A gilet.
A gilet. And then anything that's left, you can keep.
For she looks at you and you see like her eyes widen. She's like, but why?
Well, I don't really have any use for it otherwise, and I was hoping you might take it off the price.
I see. Well, yes, of course I will.
The light.
The catch.
She starts to think, and you see like this like quill and this paper are going next to her like at this unreal speed in the air by her head, and she waves her hand again, and it comes down in front of you, and it shows you this like really nice half cape and exactly what you asked for, and it's all sort of connected, and it's sort of the vest coat the coat with the coattails sort of flows into the cape, and the cape comes out the other side. She's like, is this what you asked for? Is this what you were thinking?
Well, I'd like them as 2 separate garments, but yes.
She goes, done. And you watch as the quill just goes and changes it in front of your eyes.
That's perfect.
Lovely. Well, I would say with the rest of this, and you see her like she's scanning, and almost like she's making the cuts and the measurements with her eyes as she's talking to you. And she starts scanning this pelt of what she's going to need and what she is and how much she gets to keep. And she's like, 10 gold.
And how much would you charge if I kept the pelt?
30.
And is that all that this pelt's worth to you? 20 gold?
To me? Yes.
Well, because... Alright. Well, I can't see any problem with that. Alright.
She just literally, she sees like these long bony goblin fingers, and she's just like, lovely. And you watch as she waves her hand and scissors, fucking thread, everything that she needs to make this happen just appear. Like, you've seen this before when she made your outfit for Gert, and just start going at this. And it takes a matter of minutes. And then you are left, and it sort of gets wrapped up, and it's ready for you in front of her. And she says, right, all done, dear.
Thank you.
And you watch as like she waves her hand again, and what's left of the pelt just rolls itself up and just zooms across the room and is just neatly tucked away in a little roll on a shelf with lots of other fabrics.
Well, that's lovely. Perhaps we'll be seeing you again.
Well, she looks at you puzzled again, and she's like, I think you're forgetting something.
What?
She holds her hand up.
Oh, yes, of course. And I dig out 10 gold and pay her.
She goes, oh, lovely. Lovely. Sorry, I don't do debts, because then you have to chase them and you have to start chopping toes off. You know, clinking this little bag. I'm quite fond of my toes. Yeah, most people are. That's why you go from first. Anyway, darling, that was amazing, and you're going to look fabulous in this.
Thank you. Just out of interest, how many people do you know called Det if you have to chase them? Is that a common name?
Roll me a perception check, please.
6.
6. She looks at you, she mutters something under her breath, but you don't quite catch it, and then she instantly goes, okay, well, if there's nothing else, other customers, stuff to do. Nothing else? Right. No, any more hides? Please come back.
Well, perhaps, yep.
Lovely.
Well, you never know.
She's just staring at you at this point. She's like,
yes, bye. I take my shit and I go.
Bye. You just stand there staring at her.
Yes, bye. I live here now.
Hello. Can live in my pants. And the other thing I want to do.
But everyone else, what Magda didn't hear say was, fuck, I should have asked for more.
The other thing I want to do is pick up odd jobs in here and there, so like little cleaning jobs or like nannying jobs or whatever. And
okay,
anything
so cleaning
that I think suits
jobs.
My skills.
Okay.
Just like odd jobs, like 1 day jobs, not like an ongoing thing.
Yeah, no, that's cool. So for how many days of the 2 weeks do you want to like work for?
Well, I think she'd probably pick up like a few days, like maybe 3 days worth of jobs over the 2 weeks. And then I think I want to try my hand at cage fighting.
Do some pit fighting.
I want to do me. I want to do a nanny or me
Let's do
and cage fight.
I mean, it wouldn't fit if it was anyone else, but with Magda, it's just like
really works.
Yes.
Welcome to
do that.
the
Do that too.
So
By day.
Master of the Octagon.
what I'm going to need you to do if you want a nanny, because no fucker knows who you are.
PBS check.
Yeah, essentially. I need you to roll. Just roll me a straight charisma check.
I think
Because the only way you were getting somebody to look after their kids is by charming.
I swear I saw her in a cage fight the other day.
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh God.
No. Good, is it?
What was it?
You got
9.
confused
9.
too and started cage fighting the mum.
What? Did you say 9 or none?
9.
9. Yeah. So you head off. No, in the Black Lake district to sort of like the kind of families that you would have nannied for when you were back home. You sort of head off there and you knock on a few doors and it doesn't go well for you. Doors are slammed in your face. After a few tries, though, you switch your tactics and you manage to get a cleaning job in one of the houses there for a few days. Can you please? What the fuck would you roll? What would you roll for cleaning? That's not a
Dexterity?
check, is it? Is it Dex?
Medicine?
No.
I'd say Dex or
I'm
how
trying to be clean.
Insight.
deft
Perception.
your dusting and
Yeah, I'm going to say perception.
the dust,
Actually.
yeah.
Perception and sleight of hand. Those are the two
To see
options.
how well you clean and how well you get paid. So can you roll me
How-
3 separate perception checks for each day?
21.
How well you see the dirt, how well you clean it.
21.
13. I'm going to use
21.
my spotless splotch.
30. Yeah, cool.
Oh.
Do you mind? I'm trying to have a conversation.
It's perception to like you're trying to find the dirt and where the clean and stuff is. So
Okay.
what was your last one?
17.
17. Right, so in 3 days you earn 35
Danny.
gold for cleaning this house.
And how many? Sorry, I couldn't hear it.
35 gold.
35
Ooh.
gold.
It's alright.
Not bad.
It's not bad.
Not bad.
You spend sort of a few days in these 2 weeks as well, visiting like local bars and seeing if there's any fighting rings you can find. Eventually, you're pointed in the way of sort of very much illegal fighting ring. It's down like a back alley in an old courtyard. Everyone's there taking bets. You turn up on the night that you want to fight. You are sent into this ring. Opposite you see this. I just lost all my words. You see this sort of like huge sort of fire genasi walk out with this warhammer in one hand and like this like light hammer in the other hand, covered in tattoos, scars. Let me find what we're gonna do. We're not gonna do a whole combat because that's gonna take forever. So before you go in, it's explained to you that how you will be paid will obviously be if you win or not, but it's also on how much of a show you put on to these people, because the more of a show you put on, the more people bet, the bigger your winnings are.
Yeah.
Okay, so you need to go into this sort of mindset of how you're fighting. So essentially what we're going to do is that we're going to do 3 checks, and depending on how well they go, will determine how much you get paid. So yeah, the fight starts, and you see this like Genasi starts to run at you, and his hair almost like fires up in this huge fiery light as he's running towards you.
Yep.
Can you roll me? So just go for just a straight strength check.
Okay. I'm going to walk out against this dude in my usual, quite straight outfit and my walking stick. Like, I'm going to hobble in with my walking stick.
Oh yeah.
And then
You
obviously,
see, as you do this, you see like a lot of people. There's a lot of people as you walk out. They're just looking, and they're like, you can hear them all. Like, it goes really quiet for a minute, and everyone starts going, "What the fuck?"
Well, they want a performance.
Why have they let her in? What the fuck's going on here?
Yeah, and then obviously I'm gonna rage and transform for the fight.
As you like rage and you transform and you grow and like your clothes rip slightly and the feathers in your hair, and the whole crowd just starts to like go, oh yeah, and starts screaming. So strength versus strength as this guy starts bearing down on you with these hammers.
21.
21. Well. So as he comes in, you watch as he comes in, and he's like this sort of warhammer in one hand, light hammer in the other, both straight in the air, and he comes down for like this downwards blow. What are you doing? So you won the strength check, so describe it how you would hit him in this moment.
Okay, so my transformed Bludgeogar, I'm gonna like put it up to like block him, and then basically like shove him off and go straight in for a swing. Are we fighting to the death or just for ouchies?
Just for ouchies. So one of you gives up.
Ouchies.
So you're going in for a swing.
Owie.
So
yeah, so I'm gonna like block him, shove him off, and then fucking twine.
So yeah, you come straight up with the Bludgeogar, you smash both hammers away, and you sort of swing around your head, and you just go crack into his ribs as you come down, and like spinning you round on your feet, ready for the next. He sort of takes the he throws down the light hammer, and you watch as he grabs the warhammer with both hands, and he screams like at the top of his voice, and he just runs at you again for another swing. So this time it's going to be dexterity.
Just straight dexterity.
Straight dex.
Oh no.
Okay.
All right, I'm okay, I swear.
Not 20.
Was it?
What a time. That's
No,
great.
it fucking wasn't. It was 16, so it's a 17.
Oh. You really
17?
upset me then.
Sorry.
So as you
It's
sort
a
of
lucky nat 20.
as you brace and get ready for the next hit, as this guy comes in, you sort of brace to go. You think, "I'll deflect again." You go to deflect. As you do, his feet just switch mid-run, and you watch as he almost half spins around you, comes around your back, and this warhammer just goes poof into your spine, knocks you about 6 feet forward into the crowd, who catch you, and it takes like 4 or 5 of them because you're huge now, and they sort of like and throw you back into the ring. As you sort of turn around to look at him, he's just stood there, this like massive smile on his face, and he's like, "Come on in."
Okay.
And he starts to bear down on you again.
Okay.
This time you watch as he drops the hammer with one hand, and he's sort of dragging it along the paving stones, sparking behind him as he's running at you.
Saucy.
Can you go for Constitution?
Yeah. You motherfucker. Yes, I can. I've changed dice. Nat 20. Okay. That's a 13.
Oh no.
Oh.
Could be
So
worse.
as he runs
Could be
at
worse.
you. You see this warhammer sparking. As it begins to spark more along this like stones, you watch as the whole head of it just goes and bursts into flames. He brings this up in an upward arc, and you think for a second you go, "Oh shit!" As you lean back and it just skims the front of your face and entirely misses. As this happens, you fucking spin the Bludgeogar and just to the side of his head, and you watch as this warhammer goes up, he lets go across his back, and you sort of see his eyes go blank for a second as you connect with the side of his head, and he just crumples to the ground in front of you.
How did I beat that with a 13?
Yeah, because he rolled a 12.
Oh, God.
Yeah, he just crumples to the ground, and you watch as everyone goes fucking silent. And then after like 2 or 3 seconds, they just start like, Yes, fucking yes! Everyone starts screaming. You are like clapped out. You watch as like two guys run out and each one grab one of this like massive gymnast's legs and start dragging him out to the side of the ring. So
Awesome.
Amazing.
you obviously won.
I
You
won.
are then invited back if you would like to carry on at any point in the future.
Cool.
So
I'll
what's
definitely keep that in my
explained to you?
pocket.
So I'm trying to do things for like expediency sake tonight. So we've got a few people to get through. But it's basically explained to you that it's sort of like a system of working up. The more reputation you get in these sort of rings, the harder your opponents will get and the more money you can possibly make from this. But you need to build your reputation. You're assured that people are going to talk about tonight how this woman came out, went fucking mental, went huge, and then knocked out this fucking dude twice her size. You made 100 gold.
Sweet.
It's very much your back really fucking hurts though when you come down from your rage from where he got you.
Yeah, I'd
Is
say
there
I'd probably
anything
take
else?
a couple of days rest after that.
Yes.
No, I think probably other than that, I'm just going to try and lie low. And
The guy
after my cleaning and cage
'cause
fighting,
the cleaning was the problem.
you are asked.
Just watch your back.
just did such a good job.
You are asked if you would like to use your name by sort of the pitmaster, or if you would like to give yourself a name, like a fighting ring name.
The nanny.
The nanny. Yeah, the nanny.
I don't know.
The cleaner, because she
The
cleans
cleaner.
up.
Yeah, the cleaner.
Mrs. Poppin.
Mrs. Poppin. I don't know. She wouldn't use her name, but she's also dumb, so it'd have to be something like Bird Lady or something shit like that.
The lady. The lady.
It's your name backwards.
Ladybird.
Adgam.
Agdam.
Adgam.
Have a think about it, and I'll ask you again later in the session.
Okay. Okay.
So anything else from Agda for her 2 weeks downtime?
No, she'd probably need a few days to recover from that. And then plus the 3 days cleaning and the back and forth for the research stuff. That would probably be done. I mean, I've made 135 gold for 4 days work, so
It's not bad, yeah.
or 3 days and one night.
So after 5 days, you return to the House of Knowledge. You are
Yes.
quickly ushered into a side room by one of the Jimothies. Let's say Jimothy 19. That's it for the rest of this campaign now. Everyone that works there is Jimothy number. It's the new ship crew. After sort of a few minutes of sitting in this room on your own, whilst I quickly get your notes up, because I was not prepared. And I've lost them.
Make sure you have the cucumber water. It's really good.
Thanks, I will.
There is no cucumber water.
There was when we were there.
Fucking wasn't. You just said there wasn't.
Or we just took it in ourselves.
Yeah. You just got some water. Pour out some half manky cucumber out your pocket.
Was it made by Magda by any chance? For your travels.
You stay safe.
Don't get hungry. Have your antioxidants.
Magnus canon that you make us bento boxes.
So after a few minutes, you see Brother Anthus enter the room with like a small stack of papers.
Uh-huh.
Hello. Thank you for waiting. I just had to go collect some stuff.
Okay. That's all right.
No, that's fine. I've done a bit of looking into what you asked me to do. I'm afraid I didn't find a lot.
Oh.
But I think I did find something that, well, I thought it was quite interesting. About your little cane there.
Oh?
Well, I was looking back through sort of your family history, and a lot is centered around Silvery Moon and such, and were you ever told? Has the cane always been with you? Like within your household, shall we say?
On my mother's side, yes.
Okay. And you see as he starts like flicking through these papers, and he's just as he sort of like, yes, this does make sense. I managed, looking through, changing into the areas, and anything that sort of cross-referenced with what you asked. You know that you've heard of the spine of the world, yes? Mountain range to the far north, beyond as Icewind Dale and such.
Oh, yes.
Yes? You said that like no.
Well, no.
So far north, past Luskan and such, and all the other major cities, there's a huge mountain range that separates Faerun from the ice, what we call the icy tundra, and the frozen wastes. I did find texts that speak of a changeling clan that lived amongst the mountains, who then, as I kept digging, they were called the Skyborn. And unlike most other clans, they didn't live hidden within people and societies, but they did keep themselves away. And then as I sort of dug more into changelings and your funny little cane there, you hear in the back of your mind, he goes, if he calls me funny once more, and we're having him.
I just pat the cane. Like, they're there.
I did come across something that seems to be linked to this clan of changelings. It's an Aarakocra tribe.
A what, sorry?
An Aarakocra tribe. Do you know what they are?
No, I don't think so.
For lack of me rabbling for ages about how it all works, they're essentially bird people.
Oh.
I'm sure you've probably seen them around the city. You have. Big wings, beaks.
Yeah, no, sorry. I thought you were going to say more.
Oh, I was sorry, yes. Well, these were known as the High Winds.
Was that high winds or high winds?
As in wind.
As in what, sorry?
Great impression. That's amazing.
Ah.
Thanks.
Can you do fog?
I'd say that's more mist.
Fuck off.
It certainly did.
That was low flying cloud.
All of you get fucked.
Oh, wait. Oh.
Is that fog? Oh, that's the film, isn't it? Yeah, nice.
Okay.
I couldn't find much about them, but there's some kind of link between the two. A lot of text about shadows and some kind of threat that brought the two together. But beyond that, I'm afraid this would be something that we are not equipped for here. This would be for the likes of Candlekeep or such.
Okay. Well, thank you. That's helpful.
I hope so. It doesn't feel like I've been terribly helpful, but I'm very sorry.
Oh, what's it got to do with my cane.
What's that got to do with my cane?
My knob.
Well, the thing is, the further back I went, your cane there kept cropping up. Different depictions, but always the same cane. Ever since.
Oh. Well, then it probably is about my family then.
I would imagine so, but for the life of me, we can't find that link here.
How would I get to Candlekeep? Would they let me in?
I mean, maybe.
Or could I?
You would have to be known for Candlekeep. They don't just let anybody in. They're rather precious about what they store there.
Oh, could you? Do you know Candlekeep?
I do. But
could you write to them?
I can, if that's what you would like. I mean, I feel I could write them a letter and request some more information on top of what I found. I wouldn't charge you any more, as I don't think I've been particularly helpful.
I'm going to choose not to answer that. Well, could you write to them?
I can, yes. And you would like to... I mean, there's
I'd just
a few points here.
To know more. I just want to know what the link is. How it came to be in my family. What happened?
I'm not saying they will know anything, though. You do understand this, yes? Some things are just lost to time, I'm afraid.
I understand. But something is better than nothing. Isn't it?
Now I feel better. Yes. Yes, it is. Let me write. It'll take a few days to get a response, but...
Okay.
I'll send it today.
I'll come back, then.
Yes. Sorry I couldn't be more... I will keep looking in our archives, of course. But I pretty much scoured what we have. I'll get one of the Jimothys on it.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
He slides you over sort of like the documents that he's got, and it's just a small stack of papers. I mean, you're more than welcome to go through and see if he missed anything, if there's anything you can make out that sort of rings more bells for you than it would for him.
Would there be anything in Oren?
So yeah, he slides these over, and he sort of makes his excuses, and he's like, "We'll return in a few days. I'll go and write now and send it off, okay?" And he sort of exits the room with like a little nod and a bye. Is there anything you'd like to have a look through?
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna flick through. I want to look at the if there are any pictures. For obvious reasons. And I just want to see if there's anything written in Oren or anything like that that might ring a bell.
So there's nothing written in Oren. A lot of these are, he's not just handed you some ancient papers. A lot of these are notes that he's made on the subject that he's now given you. So it's all written in common. There are some scribbles, copies of obviously pictures or depictions he's found. There is one that depicts a mountain range, but and you guess this to be obviously the spine of the world, and it's hard to make out because it is just he scrawled it obviously for his own reference. Sorry, I'm just trying to find a picture. But almost behind this mountain range, as if it's been in shadows itself, you see this sort of large horned creature almost looming over the mountain range itself. but you can't get much more from it than that.
Okay.
There are a few sort of like little, obviously, reference things he's drawn, one of which being a budgie that looks clearly like very similar to this like color and size of the top of your cane. As you go through I entirely lied. As you go through, you see one word in Auran that does keep repeating itself.
Okay.
And this word is Cartharel.
Cartharel.
And even though you can speak Auran, you're not sure what it is, what this word is, what it means. The best you can make out is from the structure of it, because there's from the structure of it, it comes across as maybe a name, like maybe a place name, a person name. But that's the best you can make out from what you know of Auran. Past that, you don't get much from his notes, other than what he's already told you.
Okay. Cool. I think that would probably be the end of her tether.
Okay, so you head back, do whatever you want for the rest of your time, and wait for the games. Risen. I'm literally rolling dice to see who goes next.
Okay, so I think mine is going to be tied in quite closely with Benedict's, from the sound of things.
Okie dokie. So I'm happy. If you guys are happy, I'm happy to clump you both together and do it at the same time. If you're going to be bounding around together, banding over.
Yeah.
Oh, linked arms.
That's gonna be really funny. That is.
Yeah, just like your feet like knocking on the floor.
Just sit on his shoulders.
Just piggyback. Yeah, piggyback is easier.
So what would you and Benedict like to do in your 2 weeks?
So by day, we would quite like to do some fighting and weapons training.
What, just with each other, or would you like to sort of seek out somewhere?
If there is somewhere we could get some actual training that is within our budget, that would be great.
So there would be really nowhere within your budget.
Okay.
just fighting thugs in alleys.
So you'd be looking if you wanted if you wanted like an official trainer or to go and like train with the guards or whatever, it's going to cost you a fair bit.
Okay, in that case,
but you can train with each other, or you can go vigilante in at night.
You might have to beat me up.
That way, you might have to beat me up.
No, that's
I'd say you could train together throughout the week. I'd say for 2 weeks. Is there like an end goal of why you're training?
I mean, some kind of stat improvement would be fantastic, but otherwise it's just generally getting better.
So I'd say you probably
useful to the group more than anything.
Okay.
I'm not much of a fighter.
Come up with a special combo.
So you're a training dummy.
Yeah, combo.
So in this scenario, you're a training dummy just trying to dodge her in. Yeah.
Riz.
Riz, sorry. Too many R's. Cool. So what I say is this is something, if we want to start that's really cool. It's going to take a lot longer than 2 weeks.
Fair.
But like if you just throw it in going forward in the campaign that you guys are still training, so sometime in the future something will happen from it. Cool. Sweet. So apart from Benedict getting the shit kicked out of him for 2 weeks. Is there anything else that you'd want to get up to?
So evenings, I would like to spend, I would say maybe 4 nights working in taverns that aren't our tavern.
Okay.
And the rest of them, me and Ben were both going to go and just go to various taverns, just have some drinks and sit and eat.
Little tavern crawl.
Yeah. Under the guise of a tavern crawl, we would
listen.
like to go and listen.
And
Anyone
what do
talking
you-
about the Fane.
Fane. Okay. And you're both doing it, yeah?
Yeah, and I would both, and I would also like to work a bit
Work a bit. So, cool. Let's do
Work as
work
Smith.
if they'll
first.
take me.
Let's do work first, shall we? So we're saying 4 nights work each. Just tavern in and blah blah blah. So I'm gonna say, Risen, if you roll me Dex with advantage, because you've literally worked in a pub forever now at this point.
Fucking hell. That is 12.
12.
So that training I gave you has gone to waste.
Shut up.
So
whole
you're,
barrel exploded.
you're working, but you're still trying to listen and overhear conversations and stuff. So a few mistakes are made. It's been a hard few weeks, but you do get 30 gold from that.
Okay.
And I'm going to say, Bendit, you doing the same amount of nights?
Yeah.
I'm going to say from a previous session. Can you roll me disadvantage? Can you roll me dexterity with disadvantage? Because you clearly don't understand bar work.
Just giving away 3 pints
I
the whole
just
thing.
learned last lesson. Oh,
Oh, you just learned.
I got an 8 and then an 11, so that's an 8. Oh, plus 2, that's a 10.
A 10?
No.
Yeah. I'm doing half a
You
good
do
job.
4 nights work. So you do 4 nights work, and you're feeling pretty good about yourself. Like you've remembered to charge, like at least half of the people you've served. You've only dropped a few trays of glasses, and they're not entirely happy with you, but they do give you 15 gold.
Their own money.
Sort of like, well done for turning up.
Nice. I was
Sure,
there.
she's
It's
sticking
better than
her
no
as well.
person. They needed stuff.
Yeah, basically, they just needed a body. You got really good at washing glasses in that time.
Yeah, just stick them on glass wash. Just stick them on pot
Yeah,
wash.
bar back. You just bar back for 4 days for Risen while she did all the hard work. So are you both, when you're sort of listening and you're out in the taverns trying to hear what you hear about the Fane, and that's both of you, yeah? Okay, so can you both please roll me either an investigation or a persuasion check?
Persuasion. Come on, persuasion.
18.
15.
18 or 15. So as you are sort of drinking, you're working, this is something that creeps up in most conversations, in most bars you go to. But almost always slightly different iterations of the stories. So you hear all these stories about the Fane and this mysterious creature that prowls the streets at night. And like some people say that it sucks your heart out. Some people say it leaves you crumpled. Some people say it sucks everything out of the body. Some people say the bodies disappear and are taken back somewhere and then come back and they're different. But everywhere you go, everyone you probe or you listen or you, like Benedict, you slightly charm to get some more information out of them. All the stories are different, but they're all centered around this creature, because no one's quite sure what it is, that has sort of been prowling Neverwinter for like the last 10 years. Almost like a story of the bogeyman, but people like you see as people are talking, there's genuine fear of this thing. Like, and people, like, when they leave bars, they're like, get home quick in certain areas of the city and stuff like that. You
Would we
do.
know- Would they
Sorry,
have
go on.
specified which areas? Or does that change with the story as well?
It's all over the city, but
Okay.
you'll find that normally it's in sort of like the rougher areas of the city. So each area has its own little rough spots and like dive bits.
Mhm.
But there are sightings and stories like from the Moonstone down to like the smaller taverns within the streets as well. Like as you are sort of probing for information, you find there isn't anyone that doesn't really either know or knows a story about the Fane. You do come across. Sorry, just find it. And where I put it. Too many maps now. Honestly, so many. You do come across one night in one of the taverns. You're pointed towards a quest board, for lack of better words. But you do see pinned on this is a scroll that says "Wanted, 100 gold pieces reward for any verified information leading to the identification or capture of the Fane, and to report to Colonel." Can't read my writing. It's not my writing, it's the font. Colonel Velrin Jorath at the Hall of Justice.
Velrin Jorath.
Mm-hmm. At the Hall of Justice. Now, you know the Hall of Justice well, because that is where you were taken when you were arrested.
Yep.
No. Nah, never.
Past this, there's nothing really concrete. It's just all these stories, almost like boogeyman stories, bogeyman, however you say it. And it's almost like Chinese whispers. Like, the more seedier place you go, the scarier and more outlandish these stories seem to get. But yeah, what you like glean from it all is it's this thing. 99% of the city believe that this thing is and has been around and is still active. And then obviously seeing that like the Hall of Justice themselves are asking for information on this, it's obviously quite a serious threat to the city that the guards are involved. Is there any sort
there's
of...
no way of telling like what stories are real, what stories are fake, what actually happened?
No.
Just that something is convincing enough that the guards are after it.
10 years of like Chinese whispers, basically. And I think what you'd glean from this is you would need to go and maybe speak to someone a bit higher up with a bit of authority to glean any sort of... So obviously, what you know from your background, Risen, and what you were trying to do, the guards wouldn't be interested in this unless there was something in it. They wouldn't just be chasing ghost stories throughout the city. They're far too busy.
Yeah.
So you think like we should probably talk to someone a bit higher up.
Okay. Are we able to go back to the Hall of Justice without being lynched?
We can always find out.
Okay. Is there anyone out? Are there any like? Would there be any guards around during the day that we could just pick their brains, see if they know?
They're patrols all around the city all the time. So you'll just walking around the city, you'll pass like patrols every sort of 10-20 minutes on the streets.
Okay, could we speak to one of those?
Mm-hmm.
You're under arrest.
What did you say?
You're under arrest. That's the end of the campaign.
You leave. One day you leave the Fallen Tower. You walk through the River District. You see a group of like 4 different guards just sort of walking up and down one of the main thoroughways. Do you want to do?
Starters, do they give us the filthy looks that the guards have been giving us up until this point?
They're not actually paying any attention to you whatsoever.
Okay.
As you're sort of walking down the street. They're all sort of talking, and you see them like they're sort of jeering with each other and chatting with each other. They're not really paying attention to much.
I just kind of flag them down. Not just kind of very very polite, slightly terrified. Hello, have you got a second?
One of them stops and you see his turn. He's got this like huge handlebar mustache, and he's like wearing this like city guard clothes. Yes, hello.
Hi. I was wondering. I saw a scroll in a tavern. I hope
I love
the
a
name of the
tavern. One
tavern.
of my favourites.
Any tavern.
It's of the
Offering
best ever.
100 gold.
Much better than
reward.
Sea Tavern.
Yes. Fuck off. It was offering 100 gold reward for any information on the Fane.
Yes.
I was just wondering, there are a lot of stories about the Fane. Do you guys have anything concrete that I could work with to try and help you guys out? Or is there someone I could speak to who might know about it?
You watch, it's like this guy's eyes narrow, and he's like, and sorry, just who are you?
Oh, sorry, my name's Risen. I've got a bit of an interest in this. I've been looking into it for a while, but I can't find anyone who can give me a solid bit of information on it. It's all very much nothing matches up, nothing makes sense.
I'm sorry, are you a private contractor? Are you working with the guards?
No, just got an interest in it.
Well, I can't just go handing out confidential information in the middle of the street.
I mean, I can buy you a pint if you like.
You make me a perception check as you try to bribe a city official.
Take the central
that is a nat one.
Get ready to run.
Straight to jail. Straight to jail.
Do not pass go. Do not collect £200.
So
How fast can you run again?
As you're talking,
I've only got little legs.
you do fucking Benedict's picking her up. Like,
Yeah, that'll probably be for the best at this point.
As you're chatting, you see that these 4 guards, they're wearing sort of almost standard guard uniforms, but the more you talk, you see like the tabard over the top is slightly different than the average guard uniform you see around. Like it's sort of more embellished, the colours are slightly different. And you see that, like, as you would well know from past, like the sort of mark for the city guards is they all have this sort of like little brooch, and it's sort of like a sword on top of a compass, and that's sort of like the Lord's Assembly mark for most of Faerun anyway. As you look at these guys, you notice that their uniforms are slightly more different. And you see that the emblem on their armor, as you look closer, is not the same as your average city guard. And you see this one is sort of like a circle with 2 swords crossed with a crown sat upon in the middle.
Oh no.
And as you say to this guy, like, I'll buy you a pint. He sort of looks at you and he leans down. So, like, he leans over, so he's, like, face to face with you.
Rude.
And he's like, I don't think I'll be accepting that drink, for one. I will also not be divulging any information. And if I were, it wouldn't be to someone like you. And he stands up. And he says, right, come along. And they just march past you. Just give him the finger. Do you want to roll me an intelligence check? Benedict, you can also do the same if you're there.
Okay.
13.
13 to
Mine's less than that. Hold on.
So,
I don't have an intelligence.
Risen,
Oh, I
after you
did.
sort of get over the
7.
7, yeah, no, you don't know what's going on.
Ben
You're just like, they're not very nice, are they? After you get over sort of like the initial shock of like, what the fuck? You remember that you've seen this symbol before. This symbol. So this has got something to do with your backstory. Do you want me to say it here or send it to you privately?
I say her. I trust people not to metagame.
When you applied and you were told no because of your race and your size and so on and so forth, the guard tiers work in stages in the city. There was sort of like the city guard. There were then what is known as, not officially, they're officially known as sort of like the captains of the city guard, but you know full well that they call themselves the Sons of the Sons of Alagonador.
Sons of Alavir.
Alagonador.
Alagonador. What do your fancy?
Alagonador.
Alavira.
Alavira. Sorry, Alagondar, not Alagonador. I added extra syllables.
Alagondar.
These are a group of elite guards, but they also are still not outwardly, but they are still quite loyal to the old king of Neverwinter, whose family perished when Mount Hottenau destroyed the city. They perished within the castle. And obviously the castle has been sealed off ever since. You remember now that the people you spoke to when you applied to join the city guard, these were the people that said no.
That explains why they were such pricks.
Yeah.
Are they still in the vicinity?
Oh no.
They're fully packed up. Okay.
Go on. And like since that, you will have, I imagine you would have looked into the guard and why and stuff. I think, did we speak about this? I can't remember. It's a long time ago now. You looking into the guard since then, you have seen that actually there are no, in that particular section of the guards, the Sons of Alagondar, there are no halflings. There are no half-orcs. There are no bugbears. There are no Aarakocra.
Dirty racists.
It is essentially made up entirely of human and elves.
Humans and orcs.
I bet they're all white as well.
Elves. That makes more sense.
Fucking hell.
They all wear blue caps.
They're blonde.
And yeah, this as they disappear, as like this sort of clicks, and you go, "Oh shit, that was like 10 years ago," but it all comes flooding back.
Bollocks.
Is there anything else you would like to do?
At the Hall of Justice.
Meanwhile, at the Hall of Justice.
Would there be some kind of administration staff receptionist like there was at the Blades?
Yes. Yeah, so you were taken like into the Hall of Justice, literally paraded through the main lobby, like you were some big catch when you were arrested. And you saw there's obviously clerical staff. It works. I mean, you would know this would be in the city for as long as you've been in the city. The Hall of Justice essentially works now that Neverwinter Castle has not been touched and is just off limits. This is essentially the base for the Royal Guard, the Sons of Alagondar, anything to do with the City Council, anything to do with Lord Assembly, Lord Neverend himself, his office is a base there.
Okay. I'm going to turn to Ben, and I'm going to say, they're a bunch of pricks. Do you fancy going and speaking to someone sensible?
Yeah, they are a bunch of pricks. Let's go. Where did you want to go?
Well, I was wondering if maybe we go to the Hall of Justice, and you maybe do your really, really good posh voice, and see if you can get us some information.
I mean, are you sure that that's a good idea?
I think it's
Surely
worth
they know
trying.
who we are. Okay, maybe I can do a disguise spell. Again.
I mean, that would be great.
Your face, then, was adorable.
I forgot that was an option.
Yes.
I can disguise both of us.
Brilliant. Okay. Fancy road trip.
What do you want to look like?
I mean, going by that interaction, what are the limits of this? Can you make me taller?
I can make you taller. I can make you a foot taller.
Not much.
How tall is Risen?
I think she's 3 feet. Am I 3 feet?
Yeah, 4 foot. That's all right. That's the size of Kylie.
Not elf size though, which is what I was hoping for.
Short elf.
Yeah.
I'm short for a stormtrooper. Can you disguise me as a short human?
Okay. So you make yourself, including clothing, armor, weapons, belongings on your person, look different until the spell ends. You can seem 1 foot shorter or taller, appear lighter or heavier. Basic same arrangement of limbs that you have.
I mean, that works.
Otherwise, the extent of the illusion is up to you.
Cool.
So you can look however you want.
You can just make yourself look like a small elf.
I mean, is that a realistic thing?
Yeah, no. So elves in D&D aren't your typical like super tall guys. They're actually shorter than humans.
I knew it wasn't super tall, but I thought 4 feet might be a bit of a stretch.
Well, you just, Mum was an elf, Dad was a halfling. There you go.
Half elf, half halfling is not going to help in this racist bunch of jokes. That's worse.
I would say that you well know from your time dealing with them and your time in the city that the Lord's Assembly and the City Watch are separate from the Sons of Alagondar. So you like the average City Watch has all shapes and sizes, all races, as do like members of the Lord's Assembly, political power. It's just there seems to be this small group, which unfortunately is quite racist.
Yeah, I guess I was just trying not to start us off on the back foot in case we end up speaking to someone who is a raging racist again.
But it's up to you guys.
Shall we be a couple of elves?
Oh, go on then.
So, yeah, you transform yourselves into 2 elves, one a bit smaller than the other. Fairly smaller than the other.
I'll make myself a little bit smaller as well.
How tall are you? Usually like 7.5 feet.
And are you heading to the Hall of Justice?
Yes.
So we've got a 5'4" elf and a 4 foot elf.
Yeah.
On the way to the Hall of Justice. So you head to the Hall of Justice. Upon like getting to the Hall of Justice, there is this moment where you stand at the steps at the bottom, looking up at the arches, and you're like, this feeling of dread falls over you. Obviously, the last time you were here, you were shackled and walked up and through and taken straight to jail cells. Are you heading inside?
After a brief moment of shitting myself, yes.
Should we make a plan?
Yeah, that might be best. Didn't go very well the first time.
We are private investigators, and this is why. And bounty hunters. That's better.
Bounty hunters is better.
Yes, bounty hunters. And what are our names?
I'm really bad.
Keep getting stuck on this, don't we?
How about you're Glinda and I'm
Elphaba.
Gandalf.
Yes,
Glinda and Gandalf.
Gandalf and Glinda.
Oz.
Glinda and Gandalf, is that what we'll go for, yeah?
Fantastic, yep.
Could have just
The
done
bounty
John.
hunters. Okay. And it's imperative that we know who this Fane is. Okay, let's do it.
Well, I wouldn't say imperative because that's the whole point. Is they're paying us to find out. But we just need to know if they've got a starting point. Because you talk to anyone around here and you can't get a straight answer out of anyone.
No, that's the problem with the junks.
Yeah.
So you head in with your Glinda and Gandalf. You are, as you enter, you look around and like, not being shackled in chains, like you can fully appreciate like how magnificent this place is. Like these huge arch ceilings. It's all clean marble. You see this huge sort of like rows of desks as you walk in. You see like loads of clerical staff working, and a welcome desk is in front of this. You see these grand staircases, and they seem to be going up and off in all directions from this lobby. You see the staircase you were taking down, and a little sort of goes down your spine. You are within seconds of entering the building. This you see this woman just glides out of nowhere, and she's sort of like this, like sort of perfectly fitted and pressed grey dress, and this elfin woman slides out and she goes, "Good morning. How can I help you?"
Good morning.
We are here about the advert that was placed. Looking for information leading to the capture of the Fane.
Yes.
Yes.
You have information?
No, not yet, but we are hoping to help. We are bounty hunters from out of town. And we were wondering if...
Lovely. So you want to go and see Colonel Joreth. I'll escort you straight away. Follow me.
Oh,
and like
we'd have to make an appointment. That would be great. Thank you.
Nope, come with me. And like she is like, you see the whole time you're speaking to her, she's just not listening. Like, she's picking out the important bits of what you're saying, and she's got like this clipboard in her hand, and she's constantly scribbling away. She's looking around. Like, she's clearly very busy, and she's like, "Follow me, come on, let's go!" And she just fucking like almost runs across this marble floor away from you.
Come! Like whisper, "We're in."
Stage whisper, "We're in."
It's literally a council building. Like, you're not breaking into the bank. Fucking hell. She takes you. She. Are you following? Yeah.
Yeah. We can keep up.
You are struggling to keep up with this woman. She is quick. She takes you up a flight of stairs, down a few corridors. You're like, "Fucking, where are we going?" Eventually, you land outside this big wooden door. She sort of bangs 3 times. And yes. Are you? Yes. Lovely. Okay, right. Go in. Right. Thank you very much. And she literally swings the door open, and she's fucking gone like a flash. Just.
In we go, I guess.
As you enter into this office, you see sort of like not too dissimilar from when you would go and see Lyra. So like it's sort of this big like square room. There's like some couches and some chairs, bookcases all set around. There's a whole massive wall just filled with different types of weapons, all proudly on display. Behind the desk, you see sat this fully armored, like pure white hair, dwarven man, just sat. And as you enter the room, he sort of jumps up and he goes, "Come in, come on. Let's be having you. Let's go."
Go in.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Right, sit.
Oh, thank you.
We sit.
So, information on the Fane. You've got some?"
No. We were hoping to get some.
Bloody woman.
Sorry. Didn't really get a chance to get a word in edgeways. We're hoping to help you capture the Fane. We're bounty hunters from out of town. We were wondering if...
Out of town where?
Originally from a small village about half an hour east of here, but we travel around a lot. we're wondering if you had any information for us to start with. Because we've spoken to a lot of people around here and we can't seem to get a straight answer out of anyone. All the stories mismatch, nothing adds up. We're wondering if you might have a starting point that we could work with.
And why are you looking for it?
We need the money, frankly. This is what we do.
Well, there's only 100 gold for information.
But what if we could bring you the Fane? How much would you give us then?
Roll. Don't know what you'd roll for twattiness.
Charisma!
Roll.
Yeah. Performance?
No, not yet.
No.
Yeah, roll
Not yet.
persuasion. Not yet. Roll
Okay.
persuasion.
I got a 7. A 2 plus 5. A 7.
He sort of sits back and leans back in his chair, and you watch just like these huge armored boots come up, just like doof, doof, crossed over on top of the desk. He puts his feet down and he's like, cool. But who are you? And how do I know that you're even bounty hunters?
Oh, you don't.
Well, I'm
If we
Gandalf.
don't bring you anything, we don't get paid. You don't lose out.
That's true.
It's true.
We're no fee. No win, no fee.
I don't know why that just got me. Oh, shit. This is very true. But you're also asking for quite sensitive information. I have nothing to go on apart from you're called Gandalf.
And this is Glinda.
Glinda.
She's the muscles. I'm the brains.
That's still yet to be seen.
I mean, you say
Oh.
sensitive information. It sounds more like a ghost hunt to me.
Well, it's been a ghost story to the rabble for a long time, the Fane. How much for bringing it in?
1,000.
Try again.
2,000.
No, I don't think you understand how this works.
Well, you haven't bid an offer either.
You also haven't given anything to go on yet.
Mm-hmm.
No point bartering if we can't find it because we don't know where to
If you
start.
can bring me the Fane alive, 2,000 gold. Dead, 1,000.
Okay.
Now you're talking.
And will you give us access to this sensitive information?
It's been a ghost, as you well know, if you've been looking into it. And the stories vary. It's a creature, it's a monster, it's shadows, it's the night itself, and all of the above. But there is a pattern. The targets, as I'm now calling them, so it doesn't just seem to be victims. Targets themselves all seem to have some affiliation with the Vale's Grasp. I assume you've heard of them.
Yes.
And have done now for a number of years. Either ex-employees, people who owe, people who have information on them. So I can't figure out why.
Okay. And so you say for a number of years. As long as the Fane's been around, or is this a new thing?
Not as long, no. I'd say the last 4 or 5 years. There are other smaller targets that don't seem to fit, but as a whole, they seem to all have something to do with this Veil's grasp.
Very interesting.
Well,
Is
there
anything else?
The other interesting thing is there was a recent one in the Black Lake district a few nights ago. Who? And you watch as he sort of looks around the office before he says this. He was actually an informant of the guards. He was working for the Veil's Grasp and was in hiding after he'd been made.
So it was undercover?
Yes.
Okay.
Now the only
carry on.
people that knew where he was would have to be somebody within the city guard themselves.
So you might have a traitor on the inside. Is that why this information is so sensitive?
Yes.
Fair enough.
No, I don't know who. As word travels fast, it could be one of many people. It's the only start I have.
Okay. And just for clarity, you say that there was a recent incident. What do the incidents actually involve? Because we've heard everything from eating brains to draining blood to they disappear entirely. What actually happened?
But this one?
And the others. You seem to know about quite a few.
Well, quite honestly, they were quite brutally murdered.
Same way every time?
Not every time. Sometimes throat is slit. Sometimes crumpled almost. Sometimes thrown from buildings. These are precise and quick. These are not just random killings of a madman or a monster.
And how do you know it's always the Fae?
We don't 100%. That's the problem. It's not like it leaves a calling card, but the scenes and the style of killings, they all seem to merge into one. Certain things about how the bodies are left.
How many dead?
What, over the last 10 years? Quite a few. We don't know.
An estimate?
A ballpark of around 40 or 50 we know of.
Over the last 10 years?
Mm-hmm.
This vein is busy.
Okay. That's actually a lot more information than we were expecting. Thank you.
Yes, well, between you and me, you're actually the first people that have come in here about this. And let's just say my interest in this is not officially sanctioned by Neverwinter himself. Just a curiosity I have. So keep this information to ourselves. That would be lovely. Else I'd have to smash both your heads in.
Got it.
No, I'm joking.
Got
I'd have someone else do it.
Quite.
Can kind of very small, awkward smile. Because I don't think I believe him.
I mean, that's all I have so far. But any other information I will pay for on top of what I've offered.
Okay. We will see what we can do.
Perfect. Well,
Thank
He
you for
holds
your
out.
time.
he holds up both of his hands for like 2 handshakes at the same time.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Hands up and
Why do
leans
I feel
across
like
the
Risen
desk
and Ben
like
would
this.
go opposite?
Yeah.
And he shakes maybe well, may this be the start to a fruitful partnership.
Hopefully so. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Cool. Is there anything else you would like to ask him? Or are you just off on your way now?
Yeah, our thingy's gonna run out soon.
Oh shit, we're gonna go. I think we're all good because that would be really awkward.
The ticket on the cart's going to run out soon.
His facial features start like drooping, the nose is slowly coming off.
Like Edgar from Men in Black.
Well, the D&D movie, like you literally could have gone with that. No.
It's all right.
I didn't watch
Calm
it.
down.
Her water.
You said you didn't watch it.
Oh, you should. It's
not having a
I'm sure you were at the
argument.
cinema with us, weren't you? No, I don't remember who was there. So you guys leave. Is there anything else before we move on to the next person?
I wanted to. Can we say I've done some magic training as well?
Is this in the same sort of like Risen's fighting training?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can say that you started. So that's how you spar, magic and fighting. And at some point down the line, when I feel like you've done enough, something might happen from it.
You're tired.
How does that sound?
It sounds wonderful.
Cool. But you have to keep. Just remind, like, that you're still training together for this and blah blah blah. All right, as we go forward. Yeah. Cool. Anything else?
Don't think so.
I wanted to do some research, but I feel like there's not time now.
You could have done research across the 2 weeks and then gone back between all of this.
I just wanted to read the entire Heroes of Saltmarsh book.
Okay, so I
But
will.
You can tell me about that at another point.
I can just send you what I've got written up for it. Okay.
You can
Cool.
skip a few
Do that.
chapters. There was a few moments where nothing happened for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a really interesting bit about talking lobster as well.
That was a great
Random as shit. Yeah. So thank you both. Who have we got? Endara. I think it's time to go see Mum.
Should turn my microphone back on, shouldn't I? I only turned it off because one of the kids came upstairs. Creature.
We know. So you spend a couple of days doing whatever. Are you doing anything in particular? Or are you just sort of
Moping, mooching.
moping?
Yeah. Doesn't really want to go and see her mother. Has no desire to spend time with a woman. Yeah, she's gonna mope, she's gonna mooch, she's gonna mosey around town a little bit, but there's not a lot of person to do in this. Gonna have a bit of a think about if there's a way she can sneak out. But otherwise, yeah, she's just gonna mentally gird her loins for the encounter.
Okay.
Why did you phrase it like that?
Yeah, there's no need really, was there?
And beg Magda to come with her.
I'll go with her.
I'm not going to see my mother on my own. No.
So the morning of the meeting comes, and you obviously wake up, have breakfast, do anything else you want to do that morning. As it sort of comes to midday-ish time, you head out for the Park of Soon. So the Park of Soon, as all of you would know from being in Neverwinter, no matter how long you've been in, it's sort of... It's a weird one because it's probably one of the most beautiful and serene spots in the whole of Neverwinter, but it is smack bang in the middle of the River District, which, as we all know, is one of the shittier parts of Neverwinter. And it's almost like this sanctuary within this area that soon as you will all know is the goddess of love and beauty, and this park was built and is kept by her followers, and the park is built in her image. So as you get closer and you see this park, and it's this huge walled park, and it is massive, it takes up like a good portion of the end of the city. And as you enter and you wander and you see all these carefully tended gardens, and they're just filled with colourful flowers, all these rare plants from the Cross Faerun, fountains everywhere, statues of Soon. As everywhere you look, there seems to be some form of depiction of her, whether it's in a bush or in flowers or in a fountain or in a mural that's been built. You walk around for a while until you eventually come across a sort of smaller section of the garden away down a path, and you see this like ring of flowers and this small wall bedding them in, this fountain in the middle, this depiction of Soon on top pouring water out of a jug, sort of like your classic thing. On a bench off in the distance you see sat waiting Gert Balin.
Good.
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 Oh, yeah.
And now the DM gets to do the same terrible than I do.
Yeah.
Indara is just gonna, like, her posture is gonna straighten. Like, quite often she'll walk a bit slouched a bit, but now that she's headed towards her mother, so her posture is gonna straighten a bit, and she's just gonna, like, flick a bit of dirt off her cloak, even though her cloak is currently dirty.
I'm going to give her a little wipe.
She's going to walk over
and
stand in front of her mother.
As she sees you approaching, you watch as like she stands up, and like your mother is she's tall and she's lithe and she seems taller because her posture is perfect, hands crossed at the front as she's waiting for you. As you are walking towards, you see that she is looking you up and down, and you know she's looking at the bit of dirt on your cloak or the bit of dirt under your fingernails. Indara. Hello.
Your attempts to dispose of me entirely failed, sir. Like a bad penny, I turn up.
Come now, you were always too harsh on us. There's no attempt of disposal. Come, sit. And Magda.
I would much rather stand.
Magda, how lovely to see you again after your quick departure.
I can't say that it's lovely to see you again, Gert.
She sits, and as she sits, she like crosses her legs and both hands go on her knee. And like, you know from this, like this is your mother preparing for almost like our battle. Like she's ready for whatever you throw. So, you've been busy.
Well, I had to earn money somehow. Threw me into Neverwinter with little more the clothes on my back and the bow I carry.
There was no throwing, Indara.
Well, I certainly didn't make the choice to come here on my own.
No, but you made the choice to assist with the experiment, and you ended up here. And then you made the choice not to contact your family for aid or help.
I made the choice to help with the experiment because Will has asked, not because you did.
But you did not.
It was never for you.
Your family attempt to come home.
What is there for me at home?
Instead, you stay here with the
A house full of magic I cannot access. Conversations I cannot take part in. Secrets that apparently I was never supposed to be aware of.
She leans forward. She leans forward, and one hand remains on her knee, and the other one comes up, and she leans on her chin. And just what secrets do you propose? Do you know?
I cannot imagine that your interactions with Mr. Silk are entirely legal, shall we say, given his connections.
There's a lot you do not know, and a lot you've actually chosen not to know, because you were too busy off in the woods with your little bow and arrow.
I was off in the woods doing what I'm good at, instead of being berated because I cannot change on a whim like you can, or summon fire to my hand like father. It was always a disappointment. He always made sure I knew I was a disappointment for not being good with magic.
She sighs.
Natural talent and not intelligence and bookishness. This was never me.
She sighs, and you see her eyes roll, and and here we go again with the dramatics. You're not. You'll always be a part of our family, Indara. And actually, a lot of what we did was to help you.
To help?
Yes, the work, the experiments. The magic is inside of you, Indara. We just tried to unlock it. You chose to spend time in the wilderness and ignore us.
You were attempting to change my very being to make me into what you wanted me to be.
There is no logical way, Indara, that born of me and your father, you should not have abilities like us.
So you wish to change my very being to fit
you
better
do not.
with your being. There are plenty of magical families who have non-magical children.
Not us, Indara.
Well, perhaps us too.
This is pointless. We will go around in circles, as we always have. If you do not wish to return home, that is fine. But all we have ever tried to do is help you to become who you are meant to be.
I am who I was meant to be. This is who I was meant to be. I am not supposed to be a great magician. Or a bookworm in a library, scribbling down spells.
Magda is confused by this phrase.
She's thinking about, most just thinking about actual worms inside a book. Like, why would you do that? But this, Indara, is something you have never understood. It is not about what you want, or what I want, or what we want. It is about the family name. And how you live up to it.
Yes. The family name. And the family
brother,
fucker who likes to run around with her bow and arrow.
If that is what I have never said this. This is something you said about yourself.
You would never be so crass.
Very true. But looking at your recent actions, you would. Sarah, you must have some questions.
I have many questions. I am not confident you will answer with any vastly enlightening info.
Ask and we will see.
What was the experiment? Why were you doing what you were doing? If you weren't trying to send me away, what was the point? To awaken some magic?
Yes, to save you, Indara. To bring you back within the family name.
I was in no danger. I could have contributed to the family in other ways. I have been in more danger since you sent me away than
we did not
I was
send you
there.
Away.
And yet this was the result of this.
We did not send you. It happened. And you chose not to tell us, or even let us know where you were. I've had to find out through other channels, shall we say.
Yes, there has been. Well, when a sheltered girl gets thrust from her home, she falls in with this interesting individuals.
Yes, I see. Rather than be at home with your family, you would rather run around the city, fighting criminals, making trouble, and still hanging out with the cleaning girl.
Magda has always been a good friend. Better friends than some of the ones that my brother.
I'm aware.
They're only interested in father's power and his library. And embarrassing my brother with finding out his secrets and threatening to sell them.
Your brother's more than capable of dealing with his own things.
I know he is. But Magda has still been a better friend to me than any of his friends.
Oh. You are... Sorry. Let's tally things up, shall we?
Tally away, mother.
Since you have been within the city, you have been ejected from one of the most illustrious guilds, and I must say, when we heard, there was a modicum of proudness we have not felt for a long time, quickly dashed by your swift exit and arrest and imprisonment, if I'm not...
Yeah,
I am right, yes.
That was fun.
You're now involved with the Veil's Grasp, and God knows who else in the underworld. Sleeping in rotten little taverns. And you want to stand here and explain to me how your friend here and whoever else you have been with are doing right by you? Yes?
I would not say none of this was Magda's idea. None of this was Magda's idea. She must have got dragged along by me. However...
She looks at Magda and she goes, but you went through all of this as well, did you not, Magda?
Well, yes, but actually some of those decisions weren't quite what we were going for.
Oh, there's that. We were not actually going for the murdering and the death and the chaos. We were actually trying to be discreet.
It was quite fun, though.
There are some members of the party who are not as aware of what the word discretion means.
I'm also not aware of what that word means.
This surprises no one.
Regardless, I arrived here. I met some people. We did a job. We thought we got into the Blades. We got caught up in a horrible mess. Went a lot further than we intended on anything going, but was certainly not an escalation on our part. Not the initial escalation, anyway.
All of this, it matters not, Dara, as you are doing all of this, but still using the family name. How do you think this looks on us?
It is my name.
It is our name.
It is the name I was given on my birth.
And you are what?
It's the name I have
so
carried for
angry.
30 years.
And what? You are so angry at us that you are going entirely out of your way to sully the family name as much as you possibly can, yeah?
Not deliberately. It is a bonus.
Deliberately or not, Endara, I have now had to come here to speak to you.
You were coming here anyway. It is not as though coming to town is out of your way, not from what Mr. Silk told me.
But why am I sat here, Endara, talking to you about things that you know?
Oh, and you do not wish to see your lost daughter, who did not come.
Lost by her own
You're not relieved to know where I have ended.
I presumed you were not dead. I presumed you, if you wanted to be found, you would have got in contact, and you did not. So we left you.
You did. You left me.
exactly what you wanted, right?
It is what I wanted, actually. And maybe I shall change my name. Although I've already dragged the family name so much, so
Look,
at this point, changing my name is not going to do a lot to repair the family reputation. What I know is that you are involved in something, and that whatever you're involved with involves a sort of magic that feels wrong. The creatures are wrong, Mother.
what we are
And it's
involved
not-
in Zara, quite frankly, it is none of your business. You have chosen to leave. And I am actually here. One, to warn you that this road that you are going down will not end well for you or your friends. To offer...
We already know that. We already know the road well, and it's either going to end badly, end bloody, or just end. We're idiots.
And
But
that's
we're not
clearly... There's nothing else I can say then, is there, in Tara?
No. Give my best to my brother when you get home.
As you mention, Wilhest, you see, like, her whole body sort of stiffens and her lips purse tightly.
Well, has done something.
And she looks visibly annoyed, but to Magda, she just looks normal. But you can see that underneath the facade that she wears, she is annoyed. Well, there's another reason I am here.
Oh? What has Will has done? Will I be proud?
He is missing. Do not look at me like that, Zara. It has nothing to do with your father and I.
I didn't think it was you.
Your brother actually came to the city a few days ago.
I see.
And was investigating something within Neverwinter Wood. And
Within
we have
the
not
wood?
heard of him since. The woods outside the city, yes.
Was there only a few weeks ago? There is something horrible in parts of it.
It may be that he was looking for the same thing. But we have not heard from him for a couple of days.
Did you have anyone with him?
Do you think he would have accepted the help? No, he went alone.
He did not take any of his friends? He did not take...
They are all still back at home. This is something that needed discretion.
Mother... Discretion or not, he doesn't go anywhere without Felarion. You know he goes nowhere without Felarion. He would not come to do this without Felarion. Best friend.
Well, he did. Because I requested it.
Okay.
And now, I have not heard from him. So... And you watch as her whole body sort of stiffens again. And it's almost like she can't quite get it out as she's trying to say it. Zara, I would like your help.
You?
She sees your smirk, and you see like this almost crackle in her eyes, and or like for a split second, you feel like you're 10 again, and then carry on smirking. Yes.
I mean, if I was anything like the 10-year-old that Jen was, I'd be smirking anyway.
Yes. He is your brother, and loath to us why you did it. You know the woods better than any of us.
You wish for me to use what I know of hunting and tracking to find my brother.
Yes.
Ironic.
I'm well aware. As much as you're
I will do what I can.
clearly...
I have some engagements and restrictions based on the nature of my current employment.
Yes.
But I will do what I can. He, as you say, is my brother.
Fine.
And he was always mostly kind to me.
He misses
No worse than any other sibling.
He does miss you, and
Mm.
he talks about you often.
Oh.
She stands and she like brushes herself down to smooth her dress out, and we are staying within the Hall of Justice in actually Neverwinter's private suite there.
Oh, how delightful.
Father and I. Please, if you hear anything, come and contact us.
Mother, what exactly was Willhurst investigating? Not just the weirdness, the strangeness, but what exactly did you send him to look?
This is unimportant.
No, it is very important. It informs which direction I will take when I...
He was investigating disturbances within the woods.
Magical disturbances?
Yes.
Was somebody setting off bombs, or was somebody using magic inappropriately or appropriately?
Inappropriately. There's not much else I will give you. Look, if this is your new life, I will offer you money to do this. If that makes this easier.
He's my brother. I will search for him.
Fine.
The money would not go amiss.
I was just about to say, Magda's like making not subtle at all. I'm sitting down like, take the money.
Find out what you can. Come and see me, and you will be paid like the mercenary you call yourself now. Yes.
All right, I will come and see you. I will give what information I can. Find what I can. But without a section of the woods, it's a big area to search.
She holds her hand out. She's like, you have, I presume, one of your little maps that you used to draw at home of the woods. I presume you spend time there.
Yes, she's going to dig out the grotty map that she usually uses. Like her hunting spot.
She looks at it and she doesn't take it off you, and she literally lets you hold it. And she
If they're not bite.
It's okay. She uses her magic to take a quill out of her bag, and she sort of marks an area on the map of where to start your search. And Zara.
Yes, mother.
Stay away from Silk. Do not look into what we are doing with them. I will give you this warning. Silk will not.
I had a feeling. I cannot promise our paths will not cross because of what I have been employed to do. But I shall take care.
Well, let's just hope you find your brother. Then before Silk finds you.
Is Silk looking very hard for me?
Not yet, but you've clearly annoyed him.
That's fine. I excel.
And then she looks at you, Magda. Also, please, I ask nicely once, do not use my face again. Ever.
Oh, yes.
Sorry, would you like me to break it down smaller for you so you understand better?
Not be rude, Mother.
Sorry, but it's that. Anyway, you've got work to do.
Yes.
She gives you one last look, and you know she's still looking at the dirt under your fingernails. And then she just, straightens her posture, hands down, and strides off through the park.
As she walks off, I'm just gonna really childishly behind her back just be like...
Indara is also there going... But then she's going to look at the section on the map that's been marked off. Is that anywhere near the tower that we went to initially when we went to investigate the weirdness? It is near there.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Looks like I need to get out of town for a couple.
Do you need any help?
Only if you're willing. I just need to find a way to get out without triggering all those warnings we were given, being out and hunted down and dragged back in and all the rest of it.
That is a pickle. I shouldn't have too much trouble. Maybe we could do something with your hair. Maybe clean you up a bit.
I'm not sure changing my hair and cleaning me up a bit is going to get me very far.
Or what if you did one of your, seasoning thingies?
Well, this is the thing, you see, because when we went into the warehouse, I was in winter. I was very pale. I had white hair. And when we were picked up the next day, I was not in winter.
Oh.
And yet I was quite easily recognized. It's a curse of the Eladra, and everybody knows we can change our appearance to a small degree.
Well, what if you made your appearance unlike anything that you normally have?
It's not that refined. We can only do small seasonal changes.
Well, no, I mean, what if we bought some hair dye? Or something. Because it's white, or it's ginger, or it's... What are your other hair colours?
Blonde or green.
Blonde or green, right. So why don't we go for something like black?
Yes, we could go black, I suppose. I was saying, Connett, there has to be a way to sneak in and out. There are not hidden routes in and out.
Well, let me know if you need a hand.
And I don't need to try and figure out what has happened to my brother. He was an occasionally restraining influence. More batty ideas.
Well, I hope he's all right.
Let's go back to the inn. We need to make a plan. See if any of the others who have been here long know of a way out.
Yes, that's a good idea. Honestly, my back is killing me.
What have you been up to?
Oh, I went and had a little fight. It was very fun.
Well, I'm glad you have begun to embrace it.
Well, it was really fun, and I actually made quite a bit of money. So that was a bonus.
I will not, in fact, be paid by anybody. I'm located to people I cannot currently go to locate. So happy to.
Well, you could always go and do a cage fight. It's quite fun. Because it also hurts.
My skills are less suited to a cage fight. Right,
There's a man there, you know. The man who hit me, terribly good looking. Didn't get his name though before I knocked him out, silly.
Well, was he particularly clean? Because it seems to be your thing.
No, he was quite sweaty, actually.
Ah. Yeah,
Had an enormous hammer.
Is this a euphemism?
Disgraceful.
I'm presuming this conversation is happening
This
as you're
conversation
walking
is
back.
as we're
On the way
walking. We're talking walking.
So is there anything else that Indara wanted to do during the 2 weeks?
No, I mean, during the 2 weeks, she was going to try and learn more about whatever ritual it was they'd been doing when they magically sent her places, and had been intending on like sketching out what she remembered and trying to find out what they were trying to put together. But her mother's just gone and given her that roughly that information anyway, or fake information.
Yeah.
So Indara was probably going to try and dig into that a little bit more anyway. Like, she's not the brightest of buttons, but she...
So were you going to use like the House of Knowledge for this, or somewhere else?
She'd probably try the House of Knowledge for it, at least.
Okay. I will send you something then.
Yeah.
And we'll do it that way.
Yeah.
Just quite aware of time. That's all. Sorry.
No, and then otherwise she just needs to try and find a way out of town to start poking into... Well, she was going to try and get out of town for a bit anyway, but she'll stop.
Yeah, I'd say I saw your message earlier. I'd say you quite happily can go like hunting on the outskirts of the city, but you wouldn't necessarily... I mean, would you want to go and look for Wilhest on your own?
She'd probably maybe take a trip around the area just to see if she could poke around, see if there's anything she could spot. She wouldn't go for a proper look, but she would just have a rough look around and see what she could find.
So what we'll do, because I think your next course of action is the games, isn't it?
Yeah.
So when we come back to the Wilhest thing, we'll come back to this.
Yeah.
You can do some rolls for tracking and stuff like that. Does that sound good?
Mm-hmm. That sounds good.
Nice. Lovely. Anything else?
Nope. Bit of hunting. Probably sell some of what she hunts down. Local taverns and inns and stuff. Get a bit of money from that.
Do you want to roll me a survival check?
Mm-hmm. Oh, dirty 20.
Dirty 20. So from hunting over the 2 weeks, you make about 75 gold from hunting, selling meat pelts and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So you got a bit of cash.
Nice.
And then Luna.
Yep. Just trying to figure out what my voice was again.
Cool. So what have you been up to?
Relook at the list I sent you just so I get it. Yeah. So...
Sorry, 2 seconds. And I've just sent you a message on Discord. I don't know if you've seen it or not. Right, sorry, carry on.
Yes. During the 2 weeks, I would like to return to the House of Knowledge and see if there's been any more information about the Blood Tide.
Okay, so same as Magda. You head back. You are ushered in by Jimothy 22.
Walk past Magda. Oh, hi.
Within a few minutes, Brother Anthus appears. It's like, oh, hello. I'm sorry I had to wait.
That's fine.
How are you?
Yeah, all good.
It's not terribly good news, I'm afraid.
Oh.
Well, to be quite brash, I've found fuck all.
Oh. That's disappointing.
Apart from the book I already gave you, this is very odd. There's nothing within here, or anything I've ever heard of about this. Almost like it's been, how do you say, wiped clean.
Yeah. Kind of felt that way when the pages were missing.
He puts his hand in his pocket and he pulls out 4 gold.
Oh.
And he puts it on the table. So I believe actually these were yours.
Nah, keep them.
I didn't. Look, and you see, like the whole time he's been talking to you, he's been a bit off, like he's avoiding your eye contact, and he seems a bit twitchy. He's like, no, I think you should have it.
Is something the matter?
Yes.
What?
No.
Okay.
Nothing's the matter. No.
You just
I'm
seem a
fine.
bit
Why?
off. No, you just don't seem yourself. Did something happen? Is it something I've done?
You see, like he for some reason he can't look at you. Like he can't like maintain any eye contact, and he seems like real twitchy and really eager. Like he hasn't really come past the door into the room. He's like talking to you from the door, and he's like, "No, everything's fine."
I really need to know what this is. It is driving me crazy that I don't understand what's going on, and I am desperate to know. If you're being stopped from telling me something, just nod and I'll leave, but I really want to get to the bottom of this.
Roll persuasion.
Could I roll something else instead?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Fuck is that? Oh, 9. 9. Damn my 0.
9.
9.
He comes forward a couple of steps. He still doesn't meet your gaze. Almost like he's really avoiding looking at you. He slowly closes the door behind him. He silently walks over to the table. He puts down a single roll of parchment that he had in his pocket. He looks at you briefly in the eyes and goes, and turns and leaves the room.
Okay. Is he gone? Like completely just gone?
Yeah, it's been gone. Yeah.
I'm gonna get the parchment off the table.
So what do you remember what you got from the book?
From the book, I got a load of names of
all
different...
the things, yeah.
Yeah.
What did you get about the blood tide? Do you remember?
Literally, I think the only thing that I got from that was the name of something called the blood tide, and that was it.
Just making sure. So yeah, you're gonna get the parchment.
I'm gonna pick up the parchment. I'm gonna put down 4 more gold onto his desk, under the table.
Okay.
And I'm going to walk out without making trying not to draw any attention to myself, and just leave.
As you walk out of the room you're in, you can't see Anthus anywhere, and you just walk straight out. No one stops you. No one's like a couple of the gym.
Just keep my head down type thing. Don't want to cause too much attention as I'm moving.
You just walk out.
Cool. And I've probably gone back to the tavern, back to the room, and then I'm going to read the parchment out.
Okay. So when you get back, and you open this parchment. Like this paper is old. Like this is not a copy. This you get back and you take it out of your bag, and as you sit there, like before opening it, it feels warm when you hold it. It feels almost familiar. You open the parchment. Are you doing this alone, yeah?
I assume if there's anyone there, I'll try and do it like in the corner, like away. But if there's no one in the room, that'd be preferable.
Okay. So as this happens, and you open the parchment, and you start to read, and as you do, everything goes black. If anyone was there to see, you just fall where you were stood or sat, or slump, fall on the bed wherever you sat. And you're awake, but it's dark. It is pitch. There's nothing around you. You can feel nothing. There's no sense of cold or hot. And then it starts. You hear the almost like a heartbeat echoing all around you. You hear like the rush of water. And as you turn, you see almost like these waves coming and crashing, and you feel like they're going to crash over you, and they just stop in front of you. The huge waves of red. And within these, almost like walking across this sea of red, you see a figure. And across the sound of crashing waves, you hear one word repeated over and over and over. Sanguinara. Nothing, and then black. And you awake, and as you sort of bring yourself to your senses and you look down at this parchment, it is blank. Apart from a single symbol in the middle of this paper. Now I'm going to put it in the chat so you can see it. So, moving up all the necessary.
I see the symbol.
Come on, Discord. Maybe a dick. There we go. So you see this almost intertwined spiral of red and silver. Send you cunt. There we go.
Send you cunt.
Just etched into this paper, and it's almost like leaping off the paper at you. But now you feel, as you sit and hold this parchment, you feel almost like your own heartbeat through from the paper, just that boom, 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 boom.
I'm gonna like kind of holding the parchment. I'm gonna like put my hands across the parchment over the symbol.
As you sort of trace over the symbol, And you realise that not only are you feeling this from the paper, but your own pulse is quickening, like you're somehow reacting to this symbol.
Stop touching the symbol. Probably just gonna gently roll the parchment back up and put it away. Probably very freaked out about it. And yeah, might have to ask someone about that. I don't recognize the symbol at all, do I? Like, do I ever seen it before?
No, but it feels... You feel like you should. Like you feel some connection that you truly do not understand. And like even when you roll it up and put it away, it's almost here. You can still hear it in the back of your head. Just...
That's gonna drive me crazy. I'm gonna have to come back to that.
I thought you might.
I might need help with that one. Apart from that, a couple of things I would like to do. I would like to try and get some work. Hopefully some bounties.
Work.
Work.
Or work.
Work.
Yeah.
Work. Yeah, that's cool.
Work.
I can send you some bits. I'd say over the 2 weeks, one bounty would come in.
All right.
Which is about average.
Yeah.
And I'll send you the details of that and how much you get for completing said bounty.
Awesome. And last thing, but before I do that, I need to grab Magda before I do the last thing.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Jen, you have to roleplay now.
Okay.
I'm writing notes.
I'm not ready.
Just turning on my mic.
So, Magda, how good are you at like fixing clothes, like holes and tears?
Well, I can do bits and pieces, but it won't necessarily be pretty.
But it'd be better than this, and I'd show like every single tear and scrape in my clothes that has been stitched up very poorly by yours truly.
Oh.
You can see some good ones as well. Those ones were done by Risen.
Well, I can certainly try. I used to do lots of sort of mending and things at home and for the children.
If you just help me out, like make me look less messy, I guess.
I can try.
Yeah, thanks. I kind of need to go see someone, and I don't want to look beat up.
Okay. Would you like to wear my new fur coat?
I don't think fur would suit me very. I've got the cloak from Wraith, so.
Okay.
The second nicest thing I own now, so.
Oh, well, what about maybe we could the clothes that we wore when I was pretending to be Gert, maybe we could get them fixed up a bit.
I'm not exactly that size. You change size.
Well, I was a bit taller, but we could see if we could get them made a bit, a bit shorter. And
I don't want to put any expenses on this. It's kind of just. I mean, I could always borrow the jacket or something.
Okay.
Just for a bit. It doesn't need to be taken in or anything. I just need to feel a bit less like this.
how badly dinged up is the outfit?
That's outfit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty fucked. You got exploded by a wolf.
Blown up.
But like, okay, so I could launder it. Because if I remember rightly, it was in dark. It was like black.
Yeah. What, you're going to launder it, are you?
Yeah.
Are you going to wash out the rips and burns?
No. I would use cloth on my burns, see, because that would be dirt, and then try and wash it, and then just see what it looks like after that.
So after you've used the cloth and give it a wash, it's still got tears, but apart from that, it looks okay.
Okay.
But you would have to stitch it up in places.
Okay.
There's a card for a laundry place, isn't there?
I could try and do that, or I made
That's sigils.
I went to I went to the the goblin lady that we met last time who did that very strange thing.
Yeah.
Where she got naked for no reason.
That was weird.
We could go back to her and see if she could fix it up a little bit.
I mean, it'll be fine like this, I suppose. Just for now. I just need to look a little different so I don't draw attention.
Well, let's maybe fix some of the holes first.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a go at fixing them.
I'd say with your background of basically housekeeping, nannying and stuff, you can stitch a tear pretty easily. I'm not going to make you roll for that. So you get this like looking back to like pretty decent. It doesn't look like you've been through a fight with it and been exploded by the time you finished.
So bonus.
Put it on, like, roll up the sleeves a little bit.
Do you
You're not going to get it bloody though, are you?
And try and make it fit a bit better?
No, I'd say we probably just roll them, but it's like neat folds and stuff, so it kind of looks like it's a rolled cuff or something like that. What do you think?
I guess I don't really know much about this kind of stuff. Do I look okay? Like,
I think you look lovely.
thank you. I was wondering if I could steal your cloth again. I got a bit of dirt in my hair again.
Well, you could just have a bath.
I do. This is from today, so.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not falling down that fucking trap again, Jen, about baths. Fuck you.
What about the life, Sally? Yeah, I'll lend you my.
Yeah, just like use it just to take some of the excess dirt that was still there, and thank you. Yeah, I want to go see someone, and the last time I saw them was before we got arrested, so I don't want anyone to kind of recognize me when I go in.
Will you be all right on your own?
Yeah. I mean, I've still got one of the stones. Someone else has got it as well, so.
Okay.
Just think I'm a bit too recognizable the way I am, so.
We'll be safe.
Oh, yeah, I will. I was thinking of like putting my hair up, but I can't, so.
I could have a go.
You need to leave the hair here. You need to.
Okay. Right. Well, let's see what we can do with it, shall we? And if it looks a bit weird, then we'll
okay.
we'll revert. Okay. I'm gonna have to go sorting her hair out, but leaving.
Yeah, you gotta leave the left side down.
Go for the classic 2000s ponytail, big fringe.
Yeah.
Sorted.
Yeah.
Bit of quality goodness.
As well.
Nice. So who are you going to meet?
So after all that, I thank Magda very nicely, and I leave. and I use the back alleys to go back to the Bordelais Bear. Try and sneak in, basically. Try and not use the back alleys to sneak up to it, and then kind of...
You going when they're open or when they're shut?
When they're open. Probably in the evening. So it's like a bit darker and...
So, yeah, you use the back alleys, you head inside, you see Meloria working behind the bar. What do you want to do?
I'm going to try and get her attention.
From?
While I'm walking through. Yeah, just kind of like try.
But she is, how are you doing it?
Actually, what I'll do is I'll go in and sit, like if there's an empty table near the back.
Yeah.
Type thing, so I can still see her. No, I can't do that. I'm just going to go up to the bar. I'm just going to go up to the bar. I was going to do something really stupid.
You go up to the bar and you stand there a minute while she's like serving other people and busying around. And all of a sudden she turns to you and she goes, "What can I get you?"
5 minutes if you've got it spare.
She looks around at the bar and she's like, "No. What do you want to drink?"
Yeah, can I have just a beer, please?
Cool. And she turns around, she pours a drink, she puts it back, and you notice this whole time she's just busy. Like she's talking to you, she's still doing other things. And as she puts the beer down, she suddenly looks up and she goes, "Fuck off."
Hey.
Shit. I'm so sorry.
Just keep it down. Yeah. Hey.
Okay. You look good.
I look clean.
Different. Yeah. Clean. Why are you here? Like she leans across the bar and she's like, "Why are you here?"
Have you got like time for a quick chat? Like some out of view.
You watch as she like clicks her fingers and you see a young boy that I never named runs over
No, you
and
named
starts
him, but
manning
what was, I can't remember his name now. You named him.
Toby or something. I don't know. Months ago. Toby. Was it? Toby.
Yeah.
Comes over. She's like, "Bar, I'm going out the back," and she just runs out the back to the cellar.
I'm gonna
that motions you follow.
Yeah, I follow.
And he's like, shuts the door. "So what are you doing?"
I don't know if you heard anything, if anyone's come in looking for us type thing, but we kind of fucked up, and
Yes,
Yeah.
I've heard.
and you heard that we got arrested and kicked out of the
Yes.
Blades. Yeah, cool,
Yes.
great. I'm glad news travels fast. I just wanted to make sure you were okay. You should
Sorry.
really get that cough sorted out.
Oh, it's just a pipe. I need to stop smoking. She's like, yes, I'm fine. But you, what the fuck are you doing?
In what way? Like now? Or...
Arrested,
It was-
fires, all this shit.
It was all accidental. It wasn't meant to go that way. Seriously. I produce a cough drop.
It was literally just water going down the wrong way, and now fuck. This is you were risen. You've worked quite happily here for 10 years, and all of a sudden, all this shit's happened.
Yeah, there was a miscalculation. We were going in to try and find some information, and then it all went to shit. And then we were told we had to start a fire, and I didn't mean to do it, but I thought we had to, and I almost died. And I didn't want you to be disappointed in me.
He immediately, without saying, just pulls you in for a hug. Gives you no choice.
I'm going for the hug too.
She just holds you for like a minute solidly. It doesn't say a word. When you break, but what are you doing now? I don't understand.
I can't say much, but we've been tasked to do something, and I don't think we should do it, but if we don't, we'll just go to jail, and that's it. We'll die in jail, and if we do it, then everything we've done gets cleared, and I just don't like where it's going. I don't want to do what they're asking us to do.
Don't. Find another way.
I'm trying, and I think we're all trying to find a different way. It's just it's just really scary right now.
He opens the cellar door, like looks out onto the bar. Not cellar, it's like a storeroom. Sorry, cellar's downstairs. She opens like the storeroom door. She looks out in the bar, and she like you see past her. And you see the fucking little Toby's running around like a nutcase. She shuts the door again, and she pushes you a bit further into the room. And she's got quite a serious look on her face at this point, and she's like, "You need help. I don't want to know whatever it is that you need to do or don't need to do. I mean,
tell you.
I'm hoping Risen isn't involved because they always seem to have a good head on their shoulders.
Yeah, she's yeah.
Go to the House of a Thousand Faces. Ask for Theris. Tell her I sent you.
Okay.
So Ant just woke up. That's more pop, that is.
I was there. Okay. And what will they? Okay.
Tell her your problem. Maybe she can help.
Okay.
I can say no more.
Thank you.
Okay.
Well,
if there's anyone looking for you, this will be one of the first places I'll be staking out.
True, but no one's really. Yeah, fair. I'll sneak out the back. I just wanted to say thank you for everything, and
She just shakes her head.
Just let me say it. I can't wait until I can come home again.
She says nothing, but she pulls you in for another hug. So, go and send my love to Risen and bloody boy.
Yeah, I will. I'm gonna put the hood up.
Go out the back.
Put the hood up on the cape thing, and straight out the back. And I don't stop. I just dart through different alleyways and take a longer route back to the tavern.
Nice. I think, unless is that you? Are you good?
I mean, unless I can go see this person now, but I if that's for a later thing,
reckon we save that for later.
Yeah, I think that's me done.
Finally, Anthony. So
yeah, you're right.
After you make your departure from the group, I believe from what we spoke about, you head first to the House of Knowledge.
So the first day I'm away, I just kind of want to be in my own thoughts, walking around the city, the quieter parts of the city that maybe we haven't visited as a group. Just I don't really want to bump into anyone.
That's easy.
And just sort of in my own thoughts, contemplating life, religion, music, my brother, friendship, all that sort of stuff. Again, when I go to the House of Knowledge, knowing that we've visited a few times now, assuming that, again, I might bump into these guys, I want to enter through a side entrance and keep... it's not out like I don't want to see them, but I want to keep to myself.
Yeah. You've worked there for a while, so you know like where all the Jimothy's go in and out.
I want to turn to Brother Ansus, and basically reflect on this crisis of faith. Ask him again about other people that's changed their paths.
So yeah, you go and you're working for a bit. Are you there for a couple of days? Do you reckon?
Yeah, I'd say 2 or 3, maybe 4.
Like towards the end of like say the 4th day, Anthus actually can't find you, and he's oh, you're back, Corinne.
Well, hello, Brother Anthus.
Do you mind if I say something?
Oh no, of course not.
Well, as much as we absolutely love having you here, you've been here for a few now, and I know you're working and you're doing things, but you're not really talking. I haven't seen your brother. You don't appear to be leaving. Not in a horrible way. You're allowed to stay as long as you like, but
would there be like sort of dormitories in this place?
Yeah, you're in like a private room, stacking shelves together, and he's just come in and started working next to you.
No, I mean,
yeah, I would say you've been staying there.
Yeah, cool.
I'm bunking up with Jimothy number 34.
Well, no, during this time, I want to have found a book about haikus and been like, well, I like this. This is a nice little art form. And I will have written a Jimothy haiku. It says, Jimothy the Third, filed scrolls beside Jimothy, 17th of name. That's my Jimothy haiku.
It's good. Oh, Jimothy, we'll live on. But I'm going to be rather blunt here, Rin. Where the fuck have you gone?
No, I'm done. That's my 2 weeks.
Give me 30 seconds. 30 seconds.
I'm talking, you bastard. Listen to me.
He's just got white in the eyes and just collapses on the floor. Are you okay?
Listen to me, you shit!
Is that haiku just finished him off? I'm gonna run through with this haiku expire.
Oh god.
While we're waiting, Demo, can you send? Have you still got the sheet with all the names I got from the book? Like,
yes.
Yeah. Would you be able to send those over at some point in the future?
No.
Just the names.
No, you're not allowed.
But you said
Apologies.
you said you would.
I lied.
Okay.
So you like, yeah.
Yes. Look, I know you've had some problems recently.
Yeah.
With Malil.
Well, not so much problems, but let's say a difference.
So problems. Rin, are you here for something in particular, or just here because you didn't know where to go?
There's a bit of one, bit of the other. I'm looking for.
Sorry, I don't know what Jackie's put over her camera to hide it, but it literally looked like she'd put a pair of pants over them.
All your cameras are off because I'm on the tablet, so yeah, that's fine. I
literally just looked at the corner of my eye and I went, she covered the camera with pants.
Scandalous.
I mean,
Sorry,
I feel
carry
like
on.
it's very jacky. It's very jacky.
Put pants. It was
The way, so the way your headphones were over, it left two little corners, and at the corner of my eye, I went, Jackie just put her pants over her camera because she couldn't find anything else.
No, I did pants.
So yeah, I want to. I'm looking for stories or tales or diaries of people that have sort of gone through the same thing I have. Those who have left divine paths, and also music that's not linked to gods.
I mean, could be argued that all art and music is linked to gods in one way or another. As
I mean,
stories people who've lost
sure,
their...
but sure, but I see people perform without prayer, and they seem happy. I think that's what I'm looking for.
I could supply you with thousands of stories of people who've lost their way, lost their faith, and either found something else or found it again. I don't particularly think this would help you, and it would also be a monumental waste of your time.
Well,
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
If faith is not what you seek, what is it?
Like peace, harmony, love.
But you still want to be you and do the things you do, yes?
Well, yeah. I mean, I still want to help people. I still want to be there for my brother and my friends. I want to be useful. And at the moment, I feel a bit of a seventh wheel. Yeah.
All said and done, what makes you truly happy? Not helping people. When do you feel at peace?
When I'm playing music, when I'm telling stories, when I'm listening to stories, when I'm reading stories. I like stories.
Well, then may I tell you a story?
I mean, yeah.
It's a very short one.
It's not scary, is it?
No.
What?
It's very short. A few words, in fact. You're in the wrong place. There it is.
Where's the right place?
You heard of the College of Harmonious Verses?
I bloody knew it. I have. Come on.
I think maybe people there might have more of an answer for you than I could give.
I'll put my hand out for a handshake.
He shakes your hand. He does
I do it.
and then puts his hand over the top. Yeah.
I've already done it to him, and he's done it to me. I can only say thank you, Brother Anthus. Your time, your patience, your understanding, knowledge.
You're always welcome here. If I didn't have knowledge, the big man upstairs would have something to say, I expect.
Yeah. Yeah. Where is it?
He will show you. He basically
Yeah.
offers, give me a map, and he sort of shows where to go in the city. He's like, you can't miss it. It's, I mean,
That's all that building is.
yeah. I mean, I might sound like an old man saying this, but it stands out quite a lot. It doesn't fit in with the architecture around it at all.
Oh, we've got modern times, isn't it?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you again.
Around here, dusting books and go and see what answers you can find.
Thank you. And I make my way. Making my way.
So you make your way across the city. It doesn't take long, actually, from the House of Knowledge. And it said Hall of Justice there.
Meanwhile,
at the Hall of Justice. Which I didn't realise that when I wrote this. Now you've done it.
Yes, that means I win D&D. I pissed off the DM.
Because you said it earlier, and I went, "Oh fuck!" So as you arrive at the college, the first thing you see as you come down the street is he was right. It does not fit in with the surrounding shops and architecture at all.
I already love it. This is it's like a sore thumb.
Yeah,
Love
it
it.
is. You see these sort of carved ivory-coloured gates at the outside. This huge walled garden surrounding this building that's made of turrets. Almost too many fucking turrets, turrets upon turrets. It almost looks like it shouldn't exist and it shouldn't stand on its own. You see ivy climbs all of the outer walls, and the closer you get, you start to hear music just drifting from every open window from the gardens. Nothing offensive, it just carries across the breeze. As you approach the gates, you see there is no lock on the gates. As you approach the gates, you see stood there, and as you're walking down the street, you're like, is she looking at me? You see this very tall half elf, this sort of auburn hair and a loose braid down all the way down her back. These bright green eyes that you see from up the street. You see that she wears these layered robes that are just all embroidered with these runes and almost musical notes woven into them. As you approach, she starts to walk towards you. As she comes and she's close to you, she's she's pretty much the same height as you. She's like, Rin. Yes.
Yeah. How'd you know my name? You're very pretty.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Well, I've been waiting for you.
Sorry, what was that?
I said I've been waiting for you.
What do you mean? Sorry, who are you?
My name is Professor Dara Windlaw. I've been waiting for you to arrive for about 15 years.
Oh?
Come inside, this tea.
Ooh. What kind of tea? As I start following.
She's just started walking. Anything you'd like?
Could I get just an old grey?
As you walk up to the gate, she waves her hands, and you see these huge gates just open around you. And as they do, it's almost like the sound, almost like wind chimes, but just soft and melodic all throughout the gates as they move. She walks you across the courtyard, and you see these it's just large open grass, and you see there's like trees, and there's a like fountain, little amphitheater where you see like there are loads of students watching someone give this performance. But everywhere you look, there are people under trees.
I saw like
notepads and.
I'd like to like as I'm listing off a little bit. She has to coax me back to follow her because I'm like.
She's like, follow me.
Oh.
She leads you inside, like you enter, and this place is just a maze of stairs and warrens for the moment you enter the building. After what feels, and like everywhere you look, it's just bright and it's colourful. You can hear there's like percussion from this way, there's like brass sounds from this way, you walk past a classroom, there's people reciting poetry to each other, and for the first time
I've got my notebook out and I'm like sort of making little notes like whilst I'm walking in.
It's like being at home all of a sudden, surrounded by the guys in the temple just playing music and writing songs, but this feels different. And like for the first time in a very long time, you feel like you are somewhere that you not only want to be, but you should be. Like something about this place just resonates.
Just walking through as well, he's like his mouth is just.
She eventually leads you like up one of the turrets and to the very top, where you walk into this office that it's not too dissimilar from like your room back at the temple. There's just like soft cushions everywhere, and she invites you in and she's like, come sit. There's music playing from somewhere, like you don't even know, but wherever you seem to go in this building, there's some form of music playing. And you're looking around like, where's it coming from? She sits down, and like as you walk in, there was just a cup of Earl Grey waiting on a table. Please come and sit. Sure you're.
Yeah. I'll put myself in the chair.
I'm sure you're confused.
Yeah. A bit, yeah. What is going on? What was your name again? It's gone. Your name's gone. What was it?
Dara Windlaw, Professor.
Professor. How do you spell it?
D-A-I.
D-A-I.
And then Windlaw.
Windlaw, okay. Yeah. Like law of the land.
Law, yeah. Well, you're probably as confused as I was about 15 years ago when... This is going to sound odd, but just bear with me.
I mean, I'm in a world of odd right now, so...
I had a visit from someone that you know quite well, by the name of Malil.
Okay. What?
Yes, well, that was my reaction at first. She told me you would come. Today, at this time.
I sort of, without thinking, I've reached into my pocket for the harmonica with the engraving on it, and I'm just sort of holding it.
As you take the harmonica, for the first time in a few days, you smell the scent of the grove at home. You feel the warmth of the sun on your back. And just for a brief moment, you're home. Sat outside the temple. She didn't say much. She said it was you, that you would come and you would be lost in silence, and that I must teach you. Teach you to listen.
Listen to what?
To you.
Oh.
When you've spent your entire life protecting your brother, protecting the temple. It's about you. Do you not feel comfortable here?
Yeah. Never really thought about it. Although maybe I did. You know, like in the back of your head.
This, you will not. You do not have to lose her. You realize this, yes?
No, that was
You.
exactly what I didn't want to do. I mean, I just don't think I can serve her.
You smell it again. You smell the flowers from the grove, and you almost hear the singing of the elves in the temple behind you. This track came on at the perfect time. And it's almost like, not like she's there to try and bring you back. It's almost like a blessing. Like what you feel, you felt her before through prayer and other things, but what you feel now is like, this is almost like she will always, Miller will always be with you. She will always be with Jacqueline, but this is the path if you want to take it, and she will bless this. And like Dara looks at you, going through all these thoughts in your head, and she's, I mean, the goddess of song, and you think she wouldn't enjoy this for you?
Well, yeah.
Finish your tea. We've got training to start with.
Yeah, let's do it.
She stands up. She stands up and she motions for you to follow. She's like, let's begin.
Follow.
And we'll pick it up, I think, next time, because it is quite late.
Yes. Perfect.
But yeah. There we go. Sorry, guys, it's a bit of a long one, that. Get everyone's bits out of the way.
Lots of things happened.
Lots of stuff.
That was jam-packed. I ended up not taking that many notes because I was like, it's like freaking out.
I was like, that's why I wanted everyone to like send a little bit of something. So I was like, I want to drop loads of shit this session. So
Andrew did.
We'll pick up
And
next
you
session,
did.
finishing with Rin and what happened at the college.
Yay.
And then it'll be the start of the games.
Oh god, yeah. Oh, we got.
I have now, just to warn you, I have now had an extra month and a half to plan.
Oh shit.
Can we level up?
Can we level up?
2 weeks, right? 2 weeks.
What are you fucking saying? No, not yet.
We've just done 2
No,
weeks
you're insane.
of stuff.